what's going on here? What's wrong with Marty?
Oh, Marty's just fine. He just didn't get much sleep last night. He kept waking up asking me if it was here yet.
It's what here?
He sent away for a video of the Becky's Barn program, and he was so excited about it, he wanted to camp out here next to the post office until it came.
If you don't know what Joy Junction is, count yourself lucky that you did not watch public access children's TV shows in the morning. This show, despite it being a Christianity show with verses from the Bible being taught through song and different antics between these characters, has been fighting its own demons within the show. And look no further than the two demons you see right here in front of you on the screen. Despite this TV show airing in the mid-'80s, it did have an obscure national release from 1993 to 2005 on the Christian's Kids Block channel, which was widely available. And as I was one of those kids that would flip through the channels in the morning to see what was on, I used to catch it sometimes. Without a doubt, ventriloquist dummies are always just creepy in general, especially the cheap ones. But the creepiness factor and what holds this show to a rotten core, essentially, is having to do with the puppet and the puppeteer himself. So, what did these two do that forever cemented Joy Junction with a bad reputation? This is a throwaway creepy element, in all honesty, but I still find it creepy nonetheless. So one episode in particular, they were talking about pictures, and not just any kinds of pictures. I'm talking about dirty pictures, pornography, if you will. And having the ventriloquist dummy talk about those pictures is definitely not on the list of, yeah, that's okay, that looks all right. I feel so comfortable right now.
Giggling and laughing, you know, and I wondered why they were doing that. Well, why were they doing it? Well, they said, Marty, come over here and take a look at our pictures. So I walked on over there and I took a look. And do you know what it was? What was it, Marty? Well, it was in Arizona, I'll tell you that right now. Ron, they were looking at some dirty pictures and they wanted me to look too. Well, Marty, what did you do? Well, I said, look, guys, I like you a lot, and I want to play with you, but I can't look at those pictures. I just can't do it. Well, what did they say, Marty? They said, oh, Marty, come on. Your parents are in the house. No one will see. Well, what did you say? I said, that may be true, but I know someone who will see, and that's God. Someone who will see, and that's God.
It's so funny whenever I see someone who portrays the message of God and wants to seem like they're an overall good person about it, and then do a complete 180 and they turn out to be a vile human being. And I'm not talking about the puppet here. I'm not talking about the puppet at all. He does not count. I'm talking about his puppeteer, Ronald Brown. Despite it being a cheaply made children's show with some aspects that are considered creepy by today's standards, their message that they were trying to portray was all around just typical Christian, passages and behavior, to bestow upon young children. And that is innocent enough. But now, because of Ronald Brown, who is the puppeteer of Marty, he has tainted the image that this show was trying to create. I don't necessarily agree with all Christianity values and passages, but you can honestly see that they were just trying to make something wholesome. And now they are forever stuck with this dark cloud that has descended upon them, and that is Ronald Brown. Reruns of episodes stopped airing around 2005, and now even just finding episodes of this have become very obscure. It's considered a piece of lost media, believe it or not, with only 11 more episodes having been discovered since 2021. And that's lost media is an interesting factor, but I could get into that in another video. So, what happened with Joy Junction that now cements it as a forever evil amongst people? Well, let's take a look at what Ronald William Brown did after this show. For YouTube's review team, I am simply documenting and reviewing crimes committed by an individual who forever solidified a bad reputation on what was once a children's TV show. What you are about to hear is graphic and disturbing. There is no imagery involved, but still the context is graphic and may be very disturbing to some viewers. Remember, you have been warned. Ronald William Brown, age 58 now, was the voice of reason and the voice behind Marty the puppet, and also provided his ventriloquism act to bestow Christianity values onto children. He has been already arrested, tried, and sentenced to 20 years in a federal prison. What he has done and what he has been saying online in more recent years after Joy Junction got completely canceled by the airwaves is absolutely terrifying. From Tampa Bay Times, a federal judge sentenced a Largo church puppeteer who wrote online about torturing and eating to 20 years in prison, punctuating a criminal case whose unsettling details raised difficult questions about free speech and due process. It was after this arrest and Ron being put in prison that the show finally gained another hint of curiosity from people. And people began doing more research, which is why 11 more episodes were just recently found as of 2021. And for something like this to gain interest again, because of a sick individual's twisted thoughts and fantasies and crimes, really speaks volumes to me. This was just trying to be the next popular children's show, just trying to do good. And now it will forever hold this bad reputation because of one bad individual.